the owner of the consensus best knockout of 2018 against Chan Sung Jung. That came with 1 second to go in the 5th and final round. Yair Rodriguez back on the proving ground.
Yair Rodriguez is a guy that since winning the Ultimate Fighter Latin America has earned five Performance of the Night bonuses in 7 fights. Every time that he fights, it's very exciting. He's very skilled. He can do it all. He went out to Chicago after the show, lived with Izzy Martinez, learned wrestling, learned to speak English, just developed his overall game of mixed martial arts to put himself in a position where he could one day fight for a UFC championship.
And it's fortunate that he was able to work out his differences with the UFC, because one thing I will say without a doubt, he deserves to be in the biggest show in the sport, and Yair Rodriguez very much a factor here in this featherweight division. Yair Rodriguez steps inside the octagon. He looks ready to go. So here he is, one of the more prolific takedown artists in the UFC at present. And when you get some praise from Daniel Cormier, when it comes to your offensive takedown game, you know you're doing something right.
And we talk about wrestlers and judo players and grapplers, but this guy just combines all of that. He is able to use foot sweeps from the grappling game. He is able to use throws from judo, and he's able to use wrestling from the wrestling game to take people down. He has an array of takedowns at his disposal, and he uses every single one of them, from the speed of the level change to the timing to the knowledge of where to go next. When the guy starts to defend, he's truly something special.
I don't think he can take you down, but tonight he doesn't have to. So in this matchup, prevailing wisdom is he'll be able to get this fight to the finish. Our tale of the tape now for this featherweight fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Yair Rodriguez! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Hound Dog.
Referee Herb Dean will handle the action in the octagon.
Good.
Well, what a highlight reel already put together by Mexican featherweight contender Yair Rodriguez. You may remember the knockout of Andre Fili by flying head kick. Stopped BJ Penn early in 2017. A lot of people think we are staring at a future UFC champion. He'll try to entertain the masses yet again tonight. Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. And there's that kicking game from Yair Rodriguez on full display early on in this one tonight.
Yeah, Yair Rodriguez is a beast. And you know when you watch him, when you're going into the octagon with him, you gotta always be on high alert, because he can hit you from anywhere. And a lot of times, it comes from those kicks, those very diverse, scary, dangerous, challenging to understand kicks that he throws. Big ground and pound.
Fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent, you got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy.
This is a counter position.
Heavy shots continue to rain down. Just over 2 minutes to go in what has been a furious round one. Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it. What a setup. He lands a beautiful flying knee.
Oh, big left.
Oh, my goodness.
Nice jab there by Rodriguez. Huge strike lands there, DC.
He landed that massive shot. Now he needs to try to find the next shot, the follow-up shot that will finish the fight.
Oh, and now an uppercut. Now goes in and secures the takedown. Takes his back now. 30 seconds now to go in the opening round.
There it is. Now he's running him out.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Yair Rodriguez. That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round one.
Stop!
Excellent. Keeps dropping his left hand, leaving his jaw wide open for him. Stay on the outside, pump him with the jab.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the replays from that last round.
Unbelievable to see these high-level competitors get in each other's face, tuck their chin, bite down on the mouth guard, and just let it all hang out over the course of 5 minutes.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round two. Nice job by him. There's his hip kick there. We'll see if he can finish. Well, his opponent seemed to be stunned to a significant extent, but was able to recover, and it's almost like he let him off the hook.
Kind of let him off the hook. He needed to really put his foot on the gas to try to find that finish.
Unable to land with that punch. So Rodriguez continuing to manage distance beautifully tonight. He's got his kicking game.
He's so long. So Yair uses those kicks to not only brutalize you, but to maintain space. He's a well-rounded mixed martial artist. He's really improved in the wrestling, but ultimately, the kicking game will always be what defines Yair.
Oh, roundhouse kick. Well, some fighters, when they get cracked in the mouth, they respond well. He got, how about the accuracy to land right there? His opponent's rounded chair.
He's hurt bad. He cannot take another shot like that.
Oh, he lands a massive kick here. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. So a much different approach from him here in round two. Took him a while to find the range, get in his striking rhythm. He has found it here, and as a result, has really picked up the pace in round two.
Take him out here. What he has to do here is just try to stay relaxed. Big, explosive actions, panicky actions are what gets you submitted a lot of times. And now he's attempting to choke.
Ooh, this could be it. That thing is tight.
That arm triangle is deep.
Oh, he escapes.
He got out. I mean, wow, that is great submission defense. He passed the half guard.
Now inside the closed guard.
And he's going to try to find ways to pass and move to a submission.
All right, so from being dominated to in the dominant position. Nice reversal on the ground.
Now he's going full mount.
Lands with the ground and pound here. Another ground and pound strike lands.
Oh, good defense, yes.
All right, so yet another ground and pound strike lands right there, DC.
He's getting very active now that he knows he can land these strikes.
All right, looks like he's got a couple hooks in here, DC, and defensively, you better be careful. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Well, he's worked very hard on this part of his game, and these ground strikes are really starting to take their toll. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through. All right, that's the end of round number two. All right, there's the horn. How about that round? He got him badly there early on. You thought that maybe that was going to be the beginning of the end. At the very least here, got to think he's going to try to get him out of here in this next round.
J.A., he's on skates. I mean, he was on skates. His ability to withstand that avalanche is commendable, but he has to change something as he approaches the next round.
All right, that horn signifies the end of the round. Let's take us through some replays, champ.
And the replays are going to be kicks. That's the story of this fight to this point. He is landing these kicks at will, just driving his shin into his opponent's legs, and it's really starting to slow him down.
Ready.
Third round underway. Ooh, looks like that shot was blocked. The left hook lands on the counter.
Controlling the fight behind that jab. Beautiful placement on that flying knee. Nice low single takedown.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here. Great ground and pound by this man.
Oh, another strike lands from the top. Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
And very effective with the ground and pound. He's having his way with him here.
Setting up a submission attempt.
Oh, that rear naked choke attempt is tight. Moving his head on the ground here, avoiding a lot of these big shots. Oh, he's got his back.
Oh, right into mount. Oh, he got to the spot.
Postures up and lands a brutal strike to the head. Oh, his ground and pound is on full display here tonight. Print the shirts, ground and pound. All right, he continues to bully his opponent here, really manhandling him on the ground. Rodriguez is in half guard.
Oh, into the mouth. He's got to be careful here.
Postures up now and lands a devastating strike to the head. Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running the guy over, Jonathan, he just gets up.
Lands the ground and pound strike here.
And look at him attack in the arm triangle on the other side. He's gonna lock him down, try to pass all the way across his body. Once he gets across, he will start to drop his chest to the mat and chase the finish. Great job maintaining position over submission. Very smart. Great fight IQ.
All right, side control now. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. The ground strike's starting to pile up. "15 seconds.
Oh, using a lot of good movements.
That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds.
Sucking wind right now. Don't worry about that. So is he. I need you to get back out there.
All right, so for one fighter, the round mercifully comes to an end as we look back at some of the action. What a display of ground and pound.
It's his calling card. It's exactly what he's known for. He's known as a brutal ground and pound fighter, and he showed you just then why he's known as that in the MMA sphere. He's the guy that if he gets you down, he will dominate you with positioning and brutal, nasty ground and pound.
4th round now, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Nice jab by Rodriguez. Worked hard for that single leg takedown. No good. There's the single. Well, hard to win fights in mixed martial arts from the bottom, but nice work here in that position by Yair Rodriguez.
He passes to half guard. There it is. Now he's going to mount. Beautiful ground strikes landed. Another strike gets through from the top position.
Oh, huge elbow.
cannot sit in this position. Referee will have no choice but to stop the fight. Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get all the way down to his opponent's neck to try to choke him out and finish his fight.
All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Under 3 minutes to go in round 4. Well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground.
Getting him out here. Now he's got a good body position, yo.
Nice movement to avoid some of those strikes from the top. All right, so he gets back to his feet after that extended battle on the ground, and the crowd is loving it.
The crowd's going crazy because they appreciate high-level mixed martial arts, and that's exactly what you just got.
Oh, left hook to the head, it's blocked. Well, he's been good tonight, but he missed with that one. All right, he engages in the single collar tie. Rodriguez's torso, specifically that right side, has absorbed a lot of damage tonight. And here comes the purple, the black, and blue. A definite bruise starting to form on that right side.
That's one of those shots that if you take one of them, in the night, that one lands you right on the spot. Beautiful. Great job changing the position and getting that reversal.
Rodriguez gets up and decides to take this fight back to the feet despite having a dominant position on the ground. This is a way to be in the building. Back and forth we go. Oh, what a way to end the round. Saved by the bell. He got stunned by a huge shot right before the horn, and now a little bit gingerly, he makes his way back to the stool, and he's only got 60 seconds to recover here, so we'll see if his corner, physically, mentally, can keep this fighter in the fight. All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. A stunner there with the head strike midway through. Nearly got him out of there for good.
Almost got him out of there. He hurt him badly. He had his opponent hurt real bad. Now his opponent's walking back to his corner. Everybody looks confused. They don't know what they're supposed to do to try to change the way that this fight is going.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Here we go, fifth and final round.
Fighter blocks the punch.
And now the jab gets through. Somehow, his opponent stayed upright.
I mean, he's still on his feet, but he's not up by much. Uppercut.
All right, so the overhand has certainly been a big weapon for him here tonight. Look for him to go right back to it here if he can find an opening. Well, champ, I don't see that well, but it's hard to miss the redness underneath that elbow. A lot of bodily investment from his opponent tonight.
Yeah, it's an investment, John. It may not pay dividends right now, but the more you go there, the more damage you do, eventually it will show itself. So right now, it's starting to show.
Well, that overhand, big weapon for him throughout his career. It's been there all night. Look for him to go back to it here. If you're the bottom fighter, DC, what do?
You got to move. You got to shrimp. You got to get off on a hip to try to move your opponent off of you or pull him down to close the space.
Lands the ground and pound strike. Oh, and there's another ground strike for good measure. Nice job staying offensive there as he lands a shot from the bottom.
He's got to be careful here.
Under 2 minutes now with which to work. Landing strikes nicely here from top position.
É isso aí, muito bom. Mantenha a posição, mantenha a posição. Relaxa, respira.
This is where he wants to be.
All right, so he's got the body locked down here, DC, or so it appears. This is not a guy you want anywhere near your back. And busy as he looks to improve position here. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. All right, he's got him in the north-south position now, DC. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about that.
Oh, he's stepping over the head here.
Ooh, it's tight. Somehow, some way, he gets the arm out.
It looked like he was done, John, but he was able to stay comfortable, stay patient, and now he finds himself safe. Massive shot from the top.
Back and forth action right until the final horn. That one's going to hold up in the Fight of the Year conversation. All right, so the fight goes the distance. We'll take a look back at the action, but should go his way given all he got done in the striking game.
Yeah, he did a great job of landing at will, mixing up the target, doing everything that he's become known for in order to cruise to a very good decision. I know he didn't get the finish that he wanted so bad coming in here tonight, but he had a phenomenal performance, and he showed that he's one of the best fighters in the world.
Official decision now in. The buff has it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Hound Dog.
All right, so there he is. The celebration is on. He tried to leave the judges out of it tonight, was unable to do that, but a pretty dominant effort nonetheless. He's your winner by unanimous decision.
And you've got to feel good about that. You've got to feel good about dominating every aspect of a fight and getting a victory. You should be very proud of his performance.